Whether you're into cozy mysteries, spooky thrillers, or heartwarming stories, the Sacramento Public Library has the hottest reads and hidden gems to match your autumn vibe. And as an extra treat, they're here with top picks and resources to help you find your latest page turner. Here to help us, we have Brendel Wells, adult material selector for the Sacramento Public Library. Thanks for joining us, Brendel.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, okay, so it's fall, we're getting cozied up, but with that comes those spooky reads that people like to enjoy. Sometimes people go totally horror, but for those of us who maybe like a little bit safer, are there options for us to enjoy during this fall season?
Absolutely. I mean, horror is having such a moment. There are so many fantastic new titles with innovative and diverse stories filling up the shelves, but if you don't like the spooky, there's a little bit of FOMO going out, your fear of missing out, but I am personally one of those. I do not like scary. I like a little bit scary, a little bit creepy, and there are definitely books for that, and I brought some to share
Okay,
today.
well, let's talk about them. So where can we start if we want something, like you mentioned, a little bit more cozy than scary?
Well, once upon a time, fairy tales used to be absolutely terrifying before they got kind of toned down for a younger, more contemporary audience. Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher is the latest in the author's series of horror, gothic horror tinged fairy tale retellings. In this case, it's Snow White. There's a beloved princess and a mysterious illness. There's an evil queen, a magic mirror, and a bizarre alternate reality that surprises us with, you know, some few twists that are only slightly scary.
Okay, a little slightly scary fairy tale.
Yes.
I'm glad that we're bringing that back in and getting a little spook. Not too spooky, but a little spooky.
Little spooky.
Okay, there we go. And then for folks who'd rather keep the reading maybe a little more on the nonfiction side, are there any slightly spooky, true stories that they can check out, Brendel?
Absolutely. Fall is not only spooky season, it is memoir season. And Somebody is Walking on Your Grave by Argentinian horror author Mariana Enriquez is perfect for this. So she shares a selection of essays about her travels around the world visiting cemeteries, some of them well-known, some of them not. And in each essay, she talks about the history and the culture, some of the famous residents. So it's more than a little macabre. But when you're talking about death, it's also an opportunity to pause and reflect and celebrate the beauty that is life. So not
like
too
that.
scary.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a saying I hear. I would always say, like, oh, you feel a little chill or something? Someone just walked over your grave.
Exactly.
So, gotta check out that book. Okay, and then let's jump off or any picks for people who'd like to be scared, but like nothing too gory. Yeah.
Yeah, if you really like to be scared, but you don't like the gore that sometimes comes with horror, I would definitely recommend Fiend by Alma Katsu. And this is about a tremendously wealthy family that has had dominated the business world for centuries thanks to a mysterious evil protector that will rain misfortune and death down upon their rivals. And now a new generation is taking over the business and has to reckon with that which keeps them in power. In this case, privilege comes with a very, very high cost. It's a book that fans of Succession might actually enjoy.
Okay, a little nod to Succession as well. And then other things that we should be on the lookout for, Brendel, this fall, this season at the Sacramento Public Library.
Well, we have some great author visits coming up on October 8th, not too far away. Jodi Kantor will be here. She's a Pulitzer Prize New York Times journalist, and she'll be talking about the themes behind her work and giving us a little insight into what goes on behind the headlines.
All right, all helpful tips. Thanks for joining us, Brendel.
Thank you.
Of course. I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for a little bit more information. You can dive into a book or two this fall. For more info, visit saclibrary.org.